Ready? Okay, the time is 7 p.m. There are 5 members, council present, a quorum is established. I call this meeting to order. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? And leading us tonight in the pledge is Girl Scout Troop 2348. We're so honored to have them with us tonight. And whenever you're all ready, we can go ahead and begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all so much for leading us in the pledge. This is City Government Month. I don't know if you knew that for students. So I think tonight you're going to take some notes and maybe have some questions for us afterwards, right? All right, council members, we better be on our toes tonight. So. Okay, welcome. Good to have you here.
Yes.
Item number 3 on the agenda was employee recognition. The individual is not able to make it this evening, so we'll move that to next month. Item number 4 is public comment. First on the agenda, we had Sherry Oaks. Ms. Sherry Oaks. Next, we have Sabrina Dotson. Hello, Sabrina.
Hi. Okay. You want to come up here? We, on Mayfield Avenue, it's a short dead-end street. It's one lane, barely enough room to park on one side of it. So you have to get over to let people through. The speed limit is 25. That's way too fast. We'd like to reduce the speed and maybe put some speed bumps in there. In a group of 4 houses, we have 10 children, and they play. They cross the road, they ride their bikes, there's no sidewalks. And we made a petition that we got most of the neighbors to sign. People who lives on there, people whose driveway comes out on there, and people who have loved ones that are there all the time. And so we've got plenty of signatures, people that want this. We're okay with removable speed bumps possibly, that way snowplows can still come through in the winter or whatever. But we would just like to reduce some of the speeding in the, on the street, because it's dangerous for our kids.
Okay. And the posted speed is 20 miles per hour, 25, I'm sorry.
Probably 25.
It's 20.
Yeah.
It's 25.
25.
They live on the street too.
Okay. And Nathan, do we have adequate signage up there? I don't know off the top of my head.
As far as speed?
Speeds.
I think there's 2 speed signs.
2 speed signs?
And one coming out.
And honestly, 25 is actually pretty fast for that street, considering it's only one lane with parking there. It is pretty fast. You're gonna meet vehicles you have to get over, so it's pretty fast for that size of street.
So you probably ought to put a couple sets of speed bumps there, because
Yeah.
you can put a 10-mile-an-hour speed limit. They're still
No,
gonna
I-
drive 30 miles an hour.
Exactly.
You let them jar their teeth a few times when they go over the speed bumps and that.
Definitely help. I mean, we suggest maybe in front of house number 5 and house 11, and maybe even one a little further down because it goes down to like 25. But yeah, we're asking. We've got kids that play in the road. I mean, they don't play in the road, but they cross.
Yeah,
the
technically,
road.
we're not supposed to, we don't endorse children playing in the road, yeah.
There's no sidewalks. They can't ride their bike on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But they all look out for each other. I mean, they all, anytime they see a car, they yell car.
Mhm.
So, but it's just some people who don't care. We've asked a few people to slow down. They curse at us, tell us to keep our kids out of the road.
Do you said you have a petition?
I do.
Do you want to leave that with us tonight?
You want to take that up here?
And the petition is signed by many residents of the street, and then, well, you've got quite a few residents signed. And then, did you identify, I know that, Sabrina, you had identified some locations, which,
I haven't
If-
wrote those down, but yeah, I just mentioned those.
what were those locations again?
In front of house 5, 11, and 17.
Do you happen to know if those homeowners had signed this petition?
One is out of town right now. The other one, Jeremy, he did sign, 11, did 17 sign? Yes.
And then across the street from Jeremy, Angie and those signs.
Yeah, Angie and them signed it too, so, yeah.
Okay.
So regular speed bumps wouldn't allow the snow plow to go down, is that what?
Yes, that's one of the downsides of putting speed bumps in is snow plows. It'll damage our snow plows.
But you can put in ones that will remove,
Yes,
okay.
yes, we can. We've done that several locations around town to try to address speed issues, so.
Has that worked? I'm sorry, excuse me.
I think my neighborhood's coming
Has it been effective? Are you aware that it is effective?
I think in the locations we've had them, it's fairly effective, yeah. And then so we've always asked that the residents agree that they want these speed bumps. And they have signed quite a few on here that 24 signatures, it looks like, 24 homes, so. What we will do, and does council have any other questions?
I was just asking just for the logistics of it. So do you would set them out like in the spring and then take them up before the winter so that you're not having to take them up per snowfall? How does that work as far as storage?
Normally, they'll come up one of two ways. Either our snowplows will end up hitting them, or a car will hit those. So I would leave that up to Public Works to determine what's best. And so what I was gonna say, if there weren't any other questions, is usually we'll turn this over to Public Works, let them do an assessment, let the chief do an assessment, and then make a decision on where would be best to place those speed bumps, okay? So you've done your part, now it's up to your local government to do its part, okay? So just be patient with us and we'll work through this, okay? Thank you all so much. Okay, next under public comment, and this is the mayor's fault, Leadership Montgomery County had asked to address council, and I had said, well, whenever you're ready, Leadership Montgomery County, and then I'd forgot to put them on the agenda, so without objection, we'd like to allow Leadership Montgomery County to address the council tonight, so. All right, Emily, you're up. Are you the spokesperson? Okay.
Hey, everybody.
But you're welcome to bring everybody up, it's fine. Yes.
Whole game, but the game is here.
And while you're here, just introduce everybody and.
Yes, okay, so my name's Emily Dawson, and I'm here with Ashley Richardson, Cynthia Wells, and Ray Botts. We're all members of this year's class for Leadership Montgomery County, and we wanted to present to you our proposed project idea for the class this year, kind of get your input, get your go-ahead to get on the road with it. And so, if you guys want to stand up here, that's fine. However, if we want to do moral support. I'll start by, if you want to take one of these and pass around, this is kind of our inspiration for it. So what you're seeing on this picture that's going around is in front of a restaurant in Winchester, actually. And if you've been kind of down Lexington Avenue in Winchester, you've probably seen it. And what it is basically a big art installation sign type thing that says Winchester in big block letters, and each letter has a mural inside of it. And one of our other classmates who was in here tonight, but she drove past it and saw that and said, wow, that is really cool. Why don't we have one in Mount Sterling? And she brought it up to us when we were trying to determine our project, and we loved that idea and thought it was really awesome and something that can really show kind of the heritage and the history that we're so proud of in Mount Sterling by having a sign that's similar. They'll say Mount Sterling, MT Sterling, not full Mount Sterling. It'll say MT Sterling, and each letter in a similar way will have a mural inside of it done by a local artist or by a local high school student that reflects an important part of our history and heritage in Mount Sterling, Montgomery County, as well as maybe just the region at large, like agriculture and things like that. Our idea is for this to be located, we're going to do it on a little bit smaller of a scale than what you're seeing
front of that restaurant. It'll be a little bit smaller, but still like 24 feet long. And we want to do it in Umbrella Alley over here. There's a section kind of towards the back, towards this parking lot over here that has no existing artwork or anything kind of going on, and it's big enough for that art piece. And there's security cameras, and we think, there's already public art down there. People are already going down there to take pictures in front of all of it. It's heavily trafficked during things like court days, First Friday, that sort of thing. And we know that that is city property. So our proposal is, if you guys are as jazzed about this idea as we are, and you approve it, then we could go ahead and get started with the project this year. But any questions?
So it's gonna be in the alley? I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out where it's
so-
gonna be.
And when we first went out there, or before we'd gone out there to scope out the location, we thought there's no way, like it's too tight to be able to see. But we actually, once you go out there, if it's along kind of one wall of the alleyway, then you can, there's plenty of clearance for you to walk through, but you can actually, if it's that 24 feet or however long we measured it out, then you can stand against the opposite wall with your phone and get the whole thing in a camera shot. Because that was the big thing, like the point of it, it's more than just a photo opportunity, but you want to be able to get the whole thing in the photo, and you can.
You have to get in that grass area opposite of the school.
Yeah.
Yes, so along that kind of opposite wall.
Grassy area, where, I'm sorry, I'm trying. The grassy area, where is it?
So in Umbrella Alley, if you're walking
Okay,
down,
gotcha.
there's kind of towards this back half of it, there's a snail mural
Yeah.
on that other wall.
The other side is not pretty.
The other
It
side's
will be
fine.
when you get your side up there.
Yeah, so it's kind of, there's a bare spot where you
Yeah.
put something anyway. So I think that'll kind of round out that space from a public art perspective too. Other questions?
Motion.
What do y'all
I
think?
It sounds great.
Nathan,
What-
Nathan
yeah.
Boston?
What's the
We always reach out to Nathan before we make any decision about infrastructure. We wouldn't have any issues with still getting a vehicle down Umbrella Alley from the back if they placed it in the grassy area there, would we? I know we have to sometimes pull a vehicle down the sidewalk.
Do you know which side you want to put it on? Or you want to put it on the
Close-
same side that the one's already on, or you want to put it
On the
On the side of the
opposite,
bench.
side?
yeah, there's like a bench, but it's on down from that bench and kind of,
Back towards this lot or to
Yeah.
main, or main?
Back towards
On
the
the
back.
back part, it'd probably be in the way, to be honest. Because we have to cut through there if you're on that one side.
If it's in the grassy area though, would it
Yeah,
be?
I mean, can one of y'all meet me down there tomorrow
Well,
or
I-
next day?
That's the best thing to do.
We'll work out something this way we can.
Yeah.
and we can adjust the dimensions of it and stuff to be
Well,
appropriate.
I think just knowing where to place it so you'd still be able to get a vehicle down through there, that's the important thing, so.
But yeah, we probably.
Have you looked at any other spots, or is that the only one you've looked at?
We have talked and kind of considered some other places, but we figured that is, the best place is it's level, it's close enough, like, we wanted something downtown, and that's probably the best place downtown that is out of the way where you can back up, get a picture of it without walking into the street, which we don't want to do. And it's more out of the way than maybe going down in the midst of where all court day booths are. And, yeah, we've looked at maybe Easy Walker Park or things like that, but we figured that this place would be the ideal place for it to be.
Okay. Any questions from anybody? Anything else? Well, I think we just make a motion that
I'll
we
make a
can,
motion, we do it if it can.
make a motion to allow leadership in Montgomery County to continue,
I'll just go.
or to utilize that property for their project.
I'll second.
We got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. So you all continue moving forward with that. I will walk out with Nathan Boston. I'll just kind of show him that spot. We may have to move it back a foot, or
Yeah.
but we'll find a way to make it work.
Yeah, and if you need any of us to meet and